Hi, Annie. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing great. This Iceland's beautiful. Thanks for having me. When did this idea of going team pop up in your head?
Well, I've actually thought about it for a very long time of potentially going a team like one of these years. And then time just passes and I always go individual again and again and again. And yeah, I don't know, in December, I was like, okay, well, if I'm actually going to go team one of these years, then I need to figure out who's going to be on my team.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started reaching out to a few people and things just like, everything came together like so quickly. And I was like, we're doing this. And I'm so happy that I actually made it happen this year.
Yeah.
I was just ready. I've competed in 3 different decades. Like I've competed at the games for so many years as an individual. It's a very weird change for me, like very strange. But at the same time, I've always wanted to try it out. So I'm very excited.
How's the experience been so far?
Amazing so far. Like it's been very, very motivating to train. And it's been so much fun having so many people to train with.
Mm-hmm.
And so different to like wanting everyone to get better. Like I look at them as an extension of myself. Like I want to help them with everything to make them the best athletes possible. And I want to push myself to make sure that I'm never going to let down the team. And it's like, it's been a really fun experience. These people are great. Like I am so happy that this is the team.
Yeah, you mentioned that, you're going team now, but you've coming off such an amazing run. I mean, you know, podium at the games, second place at Rogue. I mean, why now?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit strange, I guess, because I'm probably in the best shape of my life. But I guess I was ready to try it out. I don't know. I wanted a change. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to go individual again. Like I'm doing it for this year, and then I might go individual again the year after that. Mm-hmm. I felt ready to try it out, and I'm so happy that I did. And I think this is going to make me an overall better athlete at the same time, doing a team this year. I was also thinking, like, who knows how many years Rich is going to continue going team. And I'm excited to compete alongside him again.
Nice. You mentioned you talked to a number of people and you settled on a team. What was the process of picking the team that you have right now, and what does each one individually and collectively bring to the team? It's a very unique set of people.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually didn't talk to a lot of different people, to be honest. I was surprised how quickly people were willing to go with team and move to Iceland. Like, it's a big thing. You're asking someone to move to Iceland. But at the same time, I think it's a great opportunity to train together and become better. I talked to one other girl before I talked to Lauren. And I was actually thinking just with Lauren, I was like, I've known her for so long. Yeah. She's competed on a team before. She's great individual athlete as well. So I was thinking of like checking if she wanted to maybe compete at Wadapalooza with me or something, and just like see where she was at, and checked in how she was doing with her elbow. And then I was like, do you want to move to Iceland and go team with me? And so I found the girl first, because I was like, I needed to be someone that I can have fun with, someone like-minded, and someone that's willing to work hard. And she has all those qualities, and she is willing to work her ass off, and that's all I look for in a teammate. And then we kind of talked about some of the boys, and Tola had been in my sight for a while because he is young, he's been on a team, he's extremely strong, and it's good to have someone that's very strong on a team. And if there's something that I can work on, it's engine, and that's what he needs to work on. And I know that that's not that it's easy, but I know it will be good. And I saw him on the grid. He's great at gymnastics, and we can just puzzle all of those things together. So he was one of the first boys he was probably the first boy I reached out to. And then I just had a little bit of fun and like messed a little bit with like Pat Vellner and Brent. And I talked with Fraser for a while about like who I should choose for the next teammate. And for some reason, I never thought about even Australia. It's like so far away. And then like middle of December or like around Christmas, I was like, I had a really hard time figuring out who I wanted as the next guy in. And then all of a sudden, like, I saw a post from James Newberry and Con Porter, and I'm like, Con, like, I'll just shoot him a message, like, for the fun of it and see. And, like, the day after, he's like, are you kidding? Yeah, maybe, like, let's jump on a call. And then we jumped on a call, and, like, 2 days later, he's like, yeah, let's make this happen. And I think he is the perfect addition to the team. Like, he brings the team together. He is... We tend to be a little bit like overthinkers, but he has such great spirit. Like, he's just a really good person to be around. And I think we have a lot of fun together. Tola and him had been on like the demo team together as well, so they knew each other as well. The connection has been perfect from the very beginning. So I can't believe how well that all turned out. Like, it happened so fast and it turned out so good.
With such a collection of unique and successful athletes on this, is anything less than winning the games this year on a team, would it be considered a failure?
Oh, absolutely not. But obviously we all have the same mindset going in that we want to win the games. I know that we're maybe like a little bit as the underdogs because Mayhem it's not like it's not superstars on that team, you know. It's not people that just grew up in Cookville. They've moved there to make the best possible team. And they worked together as a team before for a very long time, and that's something that we don't have. Like communications and knowing each other properly as athletes. So I know that it will be hard, but I don't know. I never go into a competition with anything else in mind than to win, and they have the same mindset. But honestly, all I look for is that we all put in the most amount of work that we possibly can. We fuel ourselves properly, we recover properly, we focus on the task at hand, and then we want to execute when it comes to the games. Like, it's the same as an individual. I want to make sure that we walk off the competition field with as few mistakes as possible and knowing that we did everything that we could, and then I'll be happy. But obviously we're going for the gold. Like, I would never compete not for the gold. Fair
enough. It's been almost 2 months now that you've had this team here.
Yes.
Any surprises, or, I mean, how's it been the last 2 months? Is there anything that's kind of stuck out there? Like, I did not know that, or this is going as expected or not as expected?
It's going better than expected, to be honest. Like, I feel like we're communicating really well together. I am so happy to see the effort that these guys are putting in. Like, they all came here to become better athletes. They all came here with that in mind, that they wanted to leave being better than they were before. And no one is holding back. Everyone is pushing themselves as much as they can. We're still communicating about if there's aches or pains or something that we need to back off. Like, I don't think it could be any better. Jami is connecting with every single one of them and helping us out as a team. Like, yeah, I thought it would be a lot more difficult, to be honest. I was a little bit stressed about it. And then, yeah, we all get really well along as teammates as well. We were just yesterday having dinner at our place and playing code names and getting to know a little bit how we think together. Yeah, it's been good. What has kind of surprised me was, like, in the beginning, like, it was hard for me to see myself working with a worm. I'm like, am I really doing this? Like, I've never really thought about that process before. And then, like, even just the first training session with Lauren, it was so funny. We were like doing deadlifts, and she's really good at deadlifts, and I'm really good at deadlifts, and I'm usually the best at deadlifts with anyone I train with.
Yeah.
So watching her lift and her being so fast and being so good, I was like, oh shit, no, she's not better than me. Like, wanted to do better, and I'm like, wait. I should be happy about this. Like, this is a win. This is amazing that she's so strong and powerful from the floor. Like, it's just really funny to... The only other girl I've ever had that connection with is Katrin. So it was a revolution for me. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
To like have
revelation.
That revelation for me.
Yeah.
To have that in training and like to have it so quickly. It's like, this is going to be an interesting year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for being an individual athlete to kind of switch it off and realize, hey, we're a team now.
Exactly.
And, so that's obviously been a surprise and something that you're picking up on.
Absolutely. And still, like, going into workouts, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take you in this. Like, you better watch out or whatever it is. Like, even with the guys, like, I just like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, it's changing your mind to operate differently.
Exactly.
You mentioned Katrin. How has it been having her back in the gym and training with you? I mean, the environment looks amazing, but how does it feel to actually have, Katrin there every day training alongside of you guys?
It's just amazing. Like, I've missed her so much, and every single time she's come home, it's just been so good for both of us, not just for training, but for us, like, mentally, where she's like one of my best friends and the only one that truly understands what we've been doing for all these years, and we can then just like talk about everything and understand each other. So I've really missed that, and it's just so great to have her. Like, it's not just for a month or something off season. Like, we're together and we're so determined on making each other better, and it's been so good. Both, like I said, like inside the gym, where like-minded, we have so much fun training together and we push so hard training together, and then outside of the gym, just like, I've really missed her. Yeah. You
mentioned outside the gym. I guess kind of outside the gym is your business ventures with her.
Yeah.
This past, within the last 6 months, came out with the children's book.
Yes.
And then also the headphones. I mean, is there any other big plans that you and her are planning to do under the Dottir?
Many things.
Oh, really? Anything you'd like to share with us?
Nothing I can share like right now.
Sure.
But there's so many things that we want to do together.
Yeah.
And that we plan on doing together with Dottir and more things. So it's great because we can focus a little bit more on these things. Like, everything has taken a little bit longer. Obviously, like, both of these things have been in the pipelines, the book and the headset. Like, it took a really long time to work on both of them. It was then kind of funny that they ended up coming out around the same time. But yeah, we've always wanted to do something like that together. And it takes a long time because there's a lot of time that goes into training and competing. But now that we're together, we can like have more of these like brainstorming and idea talks, and yeah, there's a few more things in the pipelines.
A while ago, you mentioned that you're the original Dottir, which you are, and since then, there's been other ones that have come and gone. But you're starting a community here, empowering young women in Iceland. Any advice to those young, up-and-coming Dottirs that want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, just believing in yourself, honestly, having a good group of people around you, having close ones, and like, seriously, the book that we wrote, I think it is just as much as for grown-ups as for kids. Like, yes, you're gonna read it to your kid, but I hope that the people reading it are also gonna get a takeaway from it, because so many things that we got in that book were advices that we've had to live by. And that's what I hope that up and coming Dottirs are gonna have in the back of their minds as well is that we're all going to fail, but we learn. Either like you're gonna succeed or you learn from that failure and you grow and you can become better, and not to overthink things or worry about being embarrassed or not daring to. And if someone else can, then you can as well. Like, and I'm a leading example of that. Like, that's literally what Katrin thought when she saw me win. It's like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. And like, yeah, she could. Like, it's like that for anything that we decide to do. If someone can, you can too. And enjoying the process, I think that's really important as well. Like, and I really want people to do that too. That's so important that we're not just always thinking about the end goal, but like I thoroughly enjoy going to the gym, meeting up with these guys, training with them, doing something outside of the gym, meeting up with my family and doing things. Like, continue living. Don't step away from your goal. And it's a lot of hard work. And like, for example, with training, like fueling and sleeping and recovering, yes, it's a full-time job. And man, I've never been busier than I am right now with having a kid as well. But I'm gonna enjoy time with my kid. I'm gonna enjoy the process at the gym. Like, it's so important to have people around you that you enjoy being with so that you actually enjoy the journey.
One of those people you've been around with for a long time is Jami.
Yes.
And I mean, from the beginning, and he's still here, which is a very unique thing. Talk about your relationship with him and how much he's meant to your success on and inside the gym and outside the gym.
Well, yeah, like you said, we've been together, working together for a long time now. He started programming for me after regionals 2010. And we've gone through a lot of up and downs, back injury, heat stroke, like shoulders, knees, you name it. There's been a lot of stuff going on. And now going through having a kid and coming back from that. And you know what? There's no other coach I would have wanted by my side other than Jami. Like, he really steps up to the plate when it's needed. And we just have such a good relationship. We have a good dialogue. We can be honest and open to each other. I can tell him what I need. He can tell me what he needs from me each and every time. I trust him, but yet I take responsibility in my own training and in the things that I do, because ultimately it is me that is doing it. But I trust him to lead me and direct me in the right way. And like, I don't think I have ever been as proud, both of myself and of him, than I was this last year. Because there was a lot of new things for him to have to learn and deal with. And shit, it was difficult to program for me. I had to scale so much. And I still needed to be able to put in the work. And we got everything we could out of every single training session. And he also said it's probably the proudest he's ever been of his programming was this last year. We've grown together. I've grown as an athlete. He's grown as a coach. I've challenged him. He's for sure challenged me. Like, it's been a really good relationship, and I'm so happy that we're still working together. And now I'm challenging him, working with a team.
Oh, last question. There's so much you've accomplished in the sport. Is there anything else you still want to achieve in the sport, and also in the community, and outside the sport? What are your goals? Looking ahead. So, first off, is there anything in the sport you still want to achieve?
Well, in the sport, it would be really fun to add a title of winning a team.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my next goal within the sport. And then, like I've said, I just always take it 1 year at a time. I've learned it in the past. I can't plan more than that. So like I said, might go individual again. It would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Maybe take the title one more time as an individual. Who knows? But yeah, I'll take it 1 year at a time. So right now it's winning on a team. That's my goal.
Okay. Anything you want to achieve in the future in the community?
A lot of things that I want to achieve within the community. I want to make sure that I give back as much as I can. I want to reach as many people as possible in a positive way. I want to be a good role model. Try to pave the way for young girls, young moms, like even young boys out there, like trying to have positive influence on them, hopefully showing them that training and being healthy is good for you. It's gonna make you feel better, not just like in your body, but also outside of the gym. And then I have some goals that I want to, and I've already started working on that with Whoop, and I will do a lot more of that hopefully in the future, is educating women a little bit on how to train with their cycle, how to fuel during their cycle, and then women going through menopause. I don't think there's enough information out there for those women, and I really want to assist when it comes to that. Like, we're 50% of the population, and there's not enough information for us about how to fuel correctly and train correctly and like feel as good as possible in our bodies. There's a lot of issues with self-image with women and so on, and I want to do as much as I can to help with those things, and that's why I try to be open and honest about everything on my social media. I'm vulnerable, I cry, I put things out there that I wouldn't necessarily feel very comfortable putting out there, except for I believe it might help people, and that's why I do it, and I'm going to continue doing so.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Annie. We can't wait to see you on top of that leaderboard.
Thank you.